And John, what is the president's position on a limited operation into Rafah?
I don't think I can answer it any differently than I did with Mary. We've been very clear that we don't support a major ground operation in Rafah. Operations in general that put at greater risk the more than 1 million people that are sheltering there. And the question right now is a hypothetical. I mean, we're aware they dropped leaflets. We're aware that they're warning people to evacuate. I let them speak to their operations and to their intentions. Nothing's changed about where we are with respect to operations in Rafah that could put those people at greater risk.
Right, but you know that they are asking people in the area to evacuate, and the possibility of a limited Rafah operation is on the table. So I'm asking, does the president believe that Israel can execute a limited operation into Rafah while adequately protecting the lives of civilians there?
The president doesn't want to see operations in Rafah that put at greater risk the more than 1 million people that are seeking refuge there.
So you wouldn't support a limited operation into Rafah?
I think I've answered the question.
Okay, Francesca.
Picking up on the timeline, so prior to Hamas saying that they accepted this proposal.
Okay, welcome back. We just heard from John Kirby, National Security Council spokesperson, about the Hamas accepting a peace or a ceasefire deal brokered by Egypt and Qatar over in the Middle East here. Lydia, I think something you said stood out to me, though, was the fact that Joe Biden and everyone is negotiating. I want everyone to be reminded Hamas is a terrorist organization.
Right. They're trying to negotiate with a terrorist group that baked babies and raped women. So the fact that you have so many reports out there saying that there are some Israeli officials calling this a ruse and they're not buying it. And then what about the hostages, right? Do we even have proof of life that they are still alive? I mean, at this point.
Yeah, that's right. It has been said that many of the hostages may not be alive at this point, though. We're still waiting to hear from the White House on that as well. All right, let's bring in the former governor of Arkansas, Mike Huckabee, to the conversation right now. Governor, thanks for coming on. It seems like to me that the go ahead, take it away.
Well, I'm just sitting here watching Kirby give these responses. And it's like this White House is so desperate politically to get something done that they're not talking about the 5 American citizens who are being held hostage. They're not focused on that. And they somehow honestly believe that Hamas is a trustworthy partner to negotiate anything. These are the people who went in October the 7th, as you just mentioned. They didn't just murder Israelis, they massacred them. They butchered them. It was the most absolutely despicable kind of attack on innocent civilians that we've seen. I was there in December. I went to these villages. I talked to survivors, talked to people who are hostage families. And I just don't think the world fully appreciates what the Israelis have been through. And for us to be trying to back them down, I just simply don't understand what it is other than politics driving that nonsense.
That's what struck me too, Governor, is that it seems that Kirby was trying to give credit to Joe Biden. Was that your takeaway as well, that he's now all of a sudden this great peacemaker?
Yeah, I think he's going to hurry back from the beach in Delaware and say, look what I did. Well, he didn't do anything. I mean, this was essentially brokered by Egypt and Qatar, and I wouldn't exactly say that those are 2 countries whose best interests are for the U.S. hostages, or whose best interests are for Israel. They just want this to go away as well. And Qatar has been complicit in some of this. They shelter some of the top leaders of Hamas. So I just write me down as very, very suspicious about anything that is agreed to, because you have to at some point accept that Hamas is operating in good faith. If they are, it'll be the first time in their history that they've ever operated in good faith.
Yeah, history.
These are animals. They're savages.
They're savages.
History tends to repeat itself, too, which I think, Governor, is the point you were making. Hey, thanks for coming on. We appreciate the analysis. Stop back soon here. I know we're going to keep talking about the story.